today with Jody Norgarden. She's the owner of Quaint and Quirky, gift store down here on 2nd Street in downtown Hastings. Jody, thanks for coming on the show today.
Thanks for having me.
So what's your official address?
It's 216 2nd Street East.
Quaint and Quirky, how'd you come up with the name?
I wanted something fun and unique and different, and I originally thought of whimsy, and then when I Googled that, there was too many whimsies that were close by and they were being used, and so then when I found out what other words there were for whimsy, Quirky came up, and just I guess at this stage of my life it seemed to fit me very well, and then I thought, you know, Q's aren't used very often, and I love the Quaint and Quirky, which would make you wonder what was quaint and quirky, and I kind of felt a store that highlighted artists and highlighted talented people. It just did kind of all fit. So, and I get so many compliments about the name, so it makes me feel good that I chose it. So when I worked in the school district, I really loved the artsy part and the creative part of things. I just really saw that really be a positive influence for kids that I worked with, and I don't think that side of our brain gets appreciated because I think it all works together, but I guess I felt like I wanted to do something to also help small business. I love small business. I had worked for a lot of corporations, and it just really felt like I fit better in a small business, and I loved what small businesses could do, the creativity, the flexibility, and that's really what I wanted to be part of. So when I chose working with artists, it was kind of, it sort of started at one thing and kept expanding. I wanted it local because I think that's important to people. We're in an environment where people want to buy local. They appreciate that. There's a lot of creative, talented people out there, and people want to buy something that you made, or a real person they know, not a factory in China or wherever.
Right. Yeah.
And so I really felt like people would appreciate that in Minnesota and the Wisconsin area, that would be important to them.
A number of items throughout the store, not only just of Hastings, but the Vikings.
Yes.
Prince.
Yes.
Is featured here.
Yes.
The Packers.
Yes.
Unfortunately.
Yes.
No.
I'm a little shy on Packer stuff. That goes pretty quick, actually.
Okay, it does go fast. Yeah, probably better fans. I'll have to say that about the Packer fans. But a lot of things that are very themed for the local areas,
yes,
and the local sports teams,
yep,
and such, things like that. Now you are new to Hastings as far as owning a business here.
I am.
Why did you choose downtown Hastings? What attracted you to downtown Hastings?
That's a good question. We live in Rosemont, and we were coming down with the car shows because my husband's a car guy, and we loved the feel of the little town and walking up and down, and just we saw what was going on and what they were doing. We loved just the little shops, and at that time there were just mostly antique stores down here, but it just the buildings were beautiful. It felt like they were being taken care of, and people appreciated them.
Yeah.
So as I just evolved into deciding to do this, I knew this was the place it had to be. I also felt with the art space and Hastings Art Center that there was obviously an appreciation of the arts here, and what they did with the Riverwalk and appreciating the environment and the beautiful river. I just thought it was the right place, and so I kind of scoped it out for about 6 months, coming down here to see what kind of business it was, and I really felt like it could support the shop. So that's kind of why I chose that.
What's your most popular item or types of items that you can't just really point to one, probably?
Clearly metal, by far.
Really?
Any of the metal items. My primary metal artist is out of Prior Lake. It's a couple from Prior Lake, and they've been here since I opened, and we've just grown and grown together. So nice. Yeah, so you'll see they're now doing some custom pieces for me. So they've done a really beautiful Hastings piece, which hopefully you can take a picture of.
It's amazing. Yeah.
And they've done an Arizona piece for my Arizona customers and an Illinois piece, and they're really great at working with custom pieces. But the metal is by far my best-selling item.
Okay. How do artists find out about your shop and bringing in their goods and saying, "Hey, Jody, can you set up a display with my artwork or with
Yeah.
my products? How do people find out about you?
Well, it's a lot of different ways actually, but of late, like I found a lot of the artists, and then what's happened of late is some word of mouth, and then some the wonderful internet. People must just Google something in there, and I've had a lot of artists find me that way. I try not to duplicate art at all, so I would not take two artists in that do the same thing. I just really want people to be sort of unique in the shop and in the area.
Right.
So that they have sort of their own little niche here. And a lot of my vendors are so great about putting Quaint and Quirky on their website. So if you're looking for, let's say, Elixir, which is my perfumes and lipsticks, they have us right on their website.
Nice.
And that's brought in some business because people, they also have their own following. And I'm starting to get a fairly nice regular customer base, and they walk in to see what's new. And if they're just seeing the same thing all the time, I'm going to lose them. So I encourage my regular artists to be updating, and most of them do that on a very regular basis. And then I'm always trying to bring in new artists who have something a little different. It's a real gift to have this historic downtown. There's a lot of great people in this city that are trying really hard to help bring in new housing, new businesses, new adventure, new ideas. And so I think that what local people could do is just support that by shopping and eating and not in downtown and all of Hastings.
Right.
I mean, and not taking their business elsewhere when they could just come downtown. People down here are very conscious of trying to have a wide variety of things, so it's not just one thing, and everyone is trying to have different things so that there's gifts for babies and gifts for adults. I mean, I am really proud, and this is something I'm very proud of, is I have this little group of 10, 12, 13-year-olds that come in here on a regular basis. They're very respectful, and they love the store, and they look around. Those are my future customers. And some of them actually do buy little gifts for their friends. They love the oils and the soaps. And then I have every range in between. I have men and women. So the store is appealing to the whole range. I had at Christmas time people that came in and bought 5, 6, 7 gifts, and they were buying them for kids, they were buying them for adults, parents.
Your shop is a perfect fit for Hastings because of our ties to the arts.
Yeah.
So much with the arts, with Art Space, the Art Center, with Black Dirt Theater, with so much that's homegrown artistic creativity here in Hastings, and that you're just, I think, part of that as well. Please stop into Quaint and Quirky as well as all the other shops here in downtown Hastings. And your address again?
It's 216 East 2nd Street.
It's Quaint and Quirky Gifts?
Yes, it is, yeah.
Okay, perfect. So check that out as well. Stop on down to Quaint and Quirky here in downtown Hastings. And Jody, thanks for coming on the show.